Good morning, good morning. I'm just gonna see if anyone else comes on. It's the very last day of the stitch along. So I'm gonna show you how to finish your hoop, some little things that you should do before you finish it, and then, yeah, how to hang it up. So let me just go grab a piece of twine. And I'll be right back. And we'll see if anybody else comes. Lay down for a little bit, okay? All right. So, like I said, the last day of the stitch along, I cannot believe that the whole month is finished and that we're all done. Like, that is insane to me. So what you're going to want to do when you're all finished is give it one more look over. Obviously, I can't finish this hoop because I still have a lot of things I have to do. So the centers, make sure all your centers are done. Any kind of outlining that you want to do. If you see anything that like really stands out as just doesn't look right to yourself, like when you look at it, because if it doesn't look right to you now, it's never going to look right to you. So this is kind of your last chance to kind of have a little look over everything and see if everything is how you want it. And that means for like everything, like if you wanted to add a little line in the middle, or if you wanted to add some veins to the leaves, or literally anything. The last thing that you're going to do is run a blow dryer over the whole thing. So if you used the friction, I can't say it, the heat erasable pen, then you want to blow dry all of it to get all of those pen marks off. Because even though we did stitch over them, you can see the pen marks still on the edge. So you want to blow dry those off. If you used a water erasable pen, hi to everyone who's just joined. I'm just like on a little roll here. If you used a water one, then what you need to do is take the fabric out of the hoop and get a little bit of water on it. I wouldn't like drench it. I make sure it's cold water, and then like lay it on your radiator and let it dry naturally, and then put it back in the hoop. I know some hoops, when you get them wet, they will bleed a little bit onto your fabric. I've only had it happen a couple times because I used to just get the hoops wet in the fabric and it was fine. But a couple times the wood actually like bled onto the fabric. So it was like a light yellow stain all the way around. So if you have a water erasable pen, take it out of the hoop before you get it wet. Yeah? So those are kind of my tips for before we get started finishing the hoop. The other thing is to make sure that when you put it back in the hoop and after you've blow dried it and everything's exactly how you want it, you want to give it one last tug. So you're going to go all the way around and make sure it's super, super tight. Do this one again. Make sure it's super, super tight, because you do not want to have saggy fabric. This should be really tight and flat. So I shouldn't see any wrinkles. I shouldn't see any gaps, nothing like that. So before you finish and get it all done, you definitely do that. Make sure it's nice and tight. All right, so since neither of these are finished yet, I'm going to show you how to finish your hoop on a smaller hoop that I haven't finished. This is actually the Mini Leaves Sampler DIY kit, and I just haven't finished the back yet. So I'll show you really quickly how to do that. Again, this is just how I do it. You can do it a different way if you would like to do it a different way, but this is just how I finish the back. And the reason I do this is because if you ever want to take it out of the hoop for any reason, then you can. So some people like to glue the inside, so they'll cut this really, really short, this extra fabric. They'll kind of cut it to like there, like that. And then they'll use hot glue or craft glue, and then they'll just kind of push this in like that all the way around. Yeah, that's fine if you want to. But I think for me, coming from a fine arts background and having to go to school and talk about conservation and things like that, I don't mess with glue. Anything with glue, I'm like, nope, no thanks. Unless it's on the back of a necklace, the embroidery necklaces I do, because there's no other way to close them. So I try to stay away from glue, because if you ever want to do anything else with this, you really can't unstick it. And that means even if you're hanging it on the wall in the kitchen and you accidentally splatter it with something, if you do it this way with no glue, then you can take it out later, you can wash it, dust it off, kind of whatever you feel like. So I'll get started. I know I tend to waffle on a lot. I just don't want to let you guys go. It's the last day. All right, so here we go. So what we're going to do first, yes, you made it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cut all of these kind of fringy edges, because we've been working on this for a month. So it's okay if they're a bit ratty or scraggly. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim these off, and I'm not being scientific. There's no set measurement or anything like that. Literally just trim it off and eyeball it and make sure that they're about the same width all the way around here. Anyone else just super sad that this is ending? Don't even want to talk about it yet. Okay, so you have this little piece that you just throw away. Okay. And like I said before, the reason I'm doing it on this little one is because I'm not finished with my... Where'd that go? I just dropped the other... Huh. Mystery. Yes. So the reason I'm doing it on this one is because I haven't finished either of them yet. So all you're going to do is kind of lay this around the edge like this. Let it overlap a little bit and then cut it. So there's no, like I said, scientific way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. We're going to thread our needle, and we're just going to use white thread because it kind of blends in. And we're going to do a running stitch around the whole outside edge. So a running stitch is just down and up. Now you want to keep it towards the edge of your fabric, and you don't want to put it too close to the inside, or you're going to have a big ruffle here. So all we're doing is we're going to cinch all of this fabric together on the inside. You also don't want to have it too close to the edge, because this is a woven fabric, fabric is woven. So if it's too close, you're going to actually pull the thread out of the fabric. Do you know what I mean? So in, out, just like this. I tend to do a ton at one time. They don't have to be the same length. See, some of them are a little bit bigger, some are a little bit smaller. Remember, there's no knot on this end, and we're just going to leave a tail. Hi, Carrie. You guys, I'm already planning the next one. I'm going to put a little questionnaire like I always do at the... Well, I still have to make it. I usually just tweak last year's. So I'll put a little questionnaire, what was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? What can I do better as a teacher? What would you like to see better about the videos? All that kind of stuff. I'm working on changing the YouTube so that, I've just pulled it out again, so that you can better search for the videos. So at the moment, they don't have the actual stitch in the name. So if you're looking for satin stitch, the videos might not come up. So I have to go back and redo that. So I've done 5 stitch alongs, and each one of them was between 15 to 30 videos long, and I've done 5, and then plus this one, so that's another 30 videos, and I have to change each one of them. And then I'm also going to make them into a playlist for you. So if you ever want to redo any of the stitch-alongs, you can search the playlist. And my fingernail looks really dirty, doesn't it? Why is that? This looks like orange or something. But yeah, if you ever want to watch any of the videos ever again, or do any of the hoops ever again, I can add them to the playlist. But I have to add them in the right order, or else the videos will play out of order. So I have to go through and add video 1 first, and then video 2, and then video 3, you know? So that's my little admin job. But yeah, I would love any kind of feedback to try and make these better. I thought about doing a Facebook group. I thought about doing a private Instagram account, but I don't know. We'll see. Have a think about it though. Because in the end, if there's something that's really bothering you, then maybe you won't do another one. And I would hate for that to be the reason, you know? Something that I could have changed myself. Come on. This does take a little while. That's another reason why I did the 4-inch one, because the 8-inch one, it does take a long time. And you want to try to keep these quite small stitches, because if they're big stitches, you're going to make big, I'll show you in a minute. When you pull them together, they make little bumps where they cinch together. All right, here we go. So you're just going to leave it like that. Yeah? So I've gone all the way around. And all we're going to do is pull both of these. So I like to make them even first. More? Yeah, more. Yeah, I like to make them even first. And then tie one of these and pull it together. Yeah? So the bigger that you make your stitches, the bigger these humps will be here, these little wrinkles. And if they're too big, then it won't lay very flat on the wall. So keep your stitches smaller. So all you're going to do, you can have a friend help if you need to, but I found that you can literally just pull these tight. You don't want to pull them too tight or these threads will snap. So like you've noticed through the entire stitch along that this thread is made of 6 individual strands. So they are just cotton strands. So if you pull them too tight, the thread will snap and then you have to, oh, stop. Ugh. I knew it. It's my Amazon order. Hello? No, Jessie, stay. Stay. Thank you. Thank you. I ran out of hoops, so I had to buy more hoops. Yeah, anyways, what I was saying is he did not even care that I was like, okay, hurry up, let's go, let's go. And that Jessie was like, I would like to get out now. I'm actually expecting another order because I had to place 2 orders in the end because I ran out of pens too. Yeah, right? So also, Jody, your kit shipped today, and I will send you your custom phrase to your email. So I'll ask for your email in just a minute, like later. So yeah, so this is what it looks like on the back. Some people will put a piece of card, like a piece of card on the inside and then do it this way and stamp their name on it. If you've got one of those circle cutters, those are really great. You know what I mean? So it's you put it on the thing and you go whoosh, and it goes around. Do you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, when it's hanging on the wall, you can't tell. So how to hang your hoop. There's a couple different ways. You can put a nail in the wall. So like a nail, not a screw, because the screws have the big heads on them, just a nail. This is not a nail. This is just a big ass embroidery needle. If you put a nail on the wall, it will actually slide right in between this little space in your hoop. And then that way it will hang on your hoop. Sorry, your hoop will hang on the wall and you won't be able to see like a thread or string or anything hanging down. Obviously, you can prop it up on a bookcase or something like that. The other way is you can take a little piece of twine. Twine comes in all of the kits. So if you need, it's the same twine. Jesse's all mad. So normally I just, because that one, I did that really tight. Normally you can just kind of go like this. Yeah. And then you can either put a piece of tape over here and hang it on the wall, but that way you've got that straight line of your string. You can put it over a doorknob. You can do those like over the door hooks that they sell, and you can hang it on like that if you want it to go on a door. You can just put, again, a nail and hang it like that from your nail. It's up to you, however you'd like to do it. So I'm sorry to cut it short. There's one more giveaway. It will be on the grid in just a little bit. I've announced the giveaway winners from week 2 and week 3. So there'll be 2 more winners, maybe more. I don't know. You'll just have to see. And yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for doing this with me all month. Whether you did the free Stitchalong or the paid Stitchalong, it really doesn't matter. I know some of you know that I live in England here and I have to apply for visas. And the next visa is going to be about £3,000 or kind of $4,200 or $300. It's a lot of money, but it's my very last visa that I have to apply for, and it's to stay here. I don't ever have to apply again. It's the very, very last one. So if you see any patterns that I come up with or any kits or any future Stitchalongs, I would so appreciate it if you bought it. Because it is a lot of money, and this is like my full-time job. But it's a lot of money like on top of like life, you know? So I just want to say just thank you so much, because literally like I try to keep the patterns at a really reasonable price so that you will do them. So yeah, every time that you buy a pattern, every time you buy a kit, every time you do these Stitchalongs, I feel like I'm going to cry now, guys. Like I need to stop. But every time you guys do them, it means so much to me. Like you have no idea. And like with that big, I have to apply in September and my current visa expires in October. So I basically have from now until August to kind of get everything around. So if you see a lot of patterns and a lot of kits and a lot of Stitchalongs, I'm really sorry. If you're too busy, tell your friends, spread the word. But yeah, I just really appreciate you guys being here. And I couldn't do what I do without you guys. So thank you so much. I'm so emotional. Enjoy your day, and hopefully I can give away some more stuff on the grid later today. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely, take all my monies. Thank you, Jody. You guys. Yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I hope to see you soon. All right. Bye.